Hello, living in Boulder vlog. It's 5:47 in the morning on March 21st. So I guess this will be the March 21st Boulder vlog. I did one a couple days ago. I was gonna do one like yesterday or something, but hit a snafu. I still feel like I'm like just spinning out, just working. I'm just working. But yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'm working on finishing up this one thing. I don't even want to say what the hell I've been doing because it's so tedious. And if I were to try to explain it, it would seem like I'm not doing anything. But I'm making big lists. So, but yeah, I'd be able to explain it more once I get to the next level, which is putting it together. That's the artistic part. It's particularly difficult for me right now, actually. I mean, it's fun for me and stuff, but it's a little bit difficult. I'm working on bike racer level pages, but I'm not riding my bike right now. You know what I mean? Like when I was working on Google Earth, it was fine. I could just go anywhere, Google Earth. Yay, look at it. And this is tedious too, but this is also reminding me that I'm not riding my bike. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this. Working on my bike racer levels pages compared to working on the other sections on my website, it's kind of like working underwater holding your breath. You can only do it for a certain period of time before you lose your shit. Because, yeah, it's just making me wonder what the fuck I'm doing with my life. But once I finish this and I plug it together, it could get looking interesting. And so that's what I'm looking for. Today I collected a new race because I've been having all these different things. I've been collecting all the different time trials around Boulder because it just trips me out that there's all these time trials right here in Boulder. It's like Spaceship Boulder. It's like you could travel all over the world, like race people from all over the world, and feel like compare yourself with people all over the world without even leaving Boulder. And also races too with like big packs. So anyways, I have all these time trials, and I figured I would just do one race, and I'm gonna plug it into my overall levels, which includes flats, ups, and downs. Um, yeah. So I've been listening to Years, which has been really freaking fascinating. I want to do more. I've been having a little bit of brain fog last couple days, I guess, or maybe not. But yeah, it's interesting. Like, I listened to all the years, all the decades to present, and then all the years in the 20th century. And now I'm listening to them again, so I'm hearing stuff and so now I'm like trying to remember. It's hard when you're high all the time, but I'm trying to connect events that I'm hearing to actual years so that I can do well in the test, the biweekly history test. So, so, hang on, I'll get my train of thought back. Yeah, I guess I won't get my train of thought back. So let me talk about this other thing that I wanted to talk about, which was pretty interesting. I had like a vision of the future. Predicting the future is a really interesting thing. And it's, as far as I'm concerned, so they should have that as a class, like in high school or college or something. I never had a class like that, or never heard of a class like that. Future class, all about the future. And of course, you'd make it, so that everybody participates. But yeah, so we were watching lots of TV on Netflix, all the historical shows, and then so now we've been watching some Black Mirror, which is kind of like future shows, possible different future scenarios, and Yeah, so let me give you my future scenario. So I'm kind of thinking, like, you know how Star Trek, you have Star Trek with all the lights all over the walls? Where, well, I think it'd be cool if we had a Star Trek that could have, similar to that, where you have lights and just data all over the walls. I'm thinking about, just the future as we get smarter and smarter exponentially, like we're not done yet. We're only like beginning, we're only going to continue to get smarter. So, so yeah, when we're super smart, that's when we can do speed reading, and so we're all going to want to have websites that look just like mine, that are jam packed uh, with text that's got all kinds of fonts and colors and borders and backgrounds coded in there to help with the speed reading. Um, maximize the data getting into your brain in the shortest amount of time. So if you wanted to even take it a step farther, you wouldn't just have websites, right, that you're looking at, and you wouldn't just have computer screens, right, like all over that you're looking at all the data. No. It would be like that Black Mirror episode that I saw yesterday with the dude gets points by riding his bicycle. Um, you would have this, like, your entire walls and ceilings and entire freaking thing covered in a giant, flat screen. And the whole thing would be transmitting information to you, though. In the Black Mirror that I saw, they were just watching porn and, stupid game shows and stuff. But you could have your whole room kind of like Star Trek, just shouting information at you via text, color coded text, just like my website, font coded texts and borders and lights, flashing at different speeds and different colors signifying different things. Like maybe having something to do with history. You could have the entire history timeline shining at you in your room, and then the different like years and history books could be flashing at you depending on different colors and speeds, depending on how many people were engaged in it, or maybe how many people in your circle are engaged in it. And so maybe the technology could be good enough so that you could, like, you make your website kind of like how I do, and then you print it up, and then you put it on the walls, and the paper that you printed on it, somehow the paper is connected to the internet that you printed on, and whatever you printed on, like, embedded or somehow, right? So that the paper is flashing, like if you have somebody's name printed on your wallpaper on the wall, their name flashes whenever they're out writing or something like that, So anyways, that was my little epiphany that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, but working on this bike racer level thing is really tearing my mind apart. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. Physically, I feel great, though. As far as working goes, I can keep working. But the next thing that I want to do after this, as soon as I burn out on it, I know that this is not going to be my final push on the bike racer level stuff. I'll go like another, who knows, maybe another month or so, and then I'll bail, but I won't be done. I'll have to come back again to finish it. But when I bail, I think I'm going to go and bounce over to my audio history books. I was thinking RAAM before, but now I'm in website design mode. I want to go into my audio history books, and I want to add photos along the sides of all of them to help contemplate, especially Libby. I have to start with Libby to help contemplate where all the information is, give it a context. I want to memorize Livy. Livy's like, 3,300 pages. I want to memorize the whole thing. It's the history of Rome for 700 years. And there's 600 years. surely longer than that if you want to include Alba Longa, like 1,000 years. But yeah, so that's a lot of information. It's one book on one page on my website. But if I could fill up the sides with pictures having to do with the book, you know, like screen captures of where they are in Google Earth or different things, characters, then I could, it'll help me learn the book, memorize the book. I think it's essential to do that. Because then I get an idea of how big each of the chapters are, and yeah, it helps a lot when you can add photos to the text. And then fix the links on those too, because I want to fix the links on my website, you know, and even add words, so I can make money. You know, I'm $800 in credit card debt, so you pay interest on that, 19%. And then only have $200 on my checking account, and then can't borrow any more money. Tapped out. Mama loaned me $12,500. Somebody else loaned me $3,000. And my brother $800. So yeah, I want to make my website nice and polished so that I can get on Patreon and generate some interest in my message. So, anyways, I think I did this video because I couldn't get to sleep. I was too tired. And then I couldn't really work, but I think I'll work a little bit more. I'm trying to finish this page I've been working on forever. Race Across America is taking forever because I'm making it good. It was one of the last pages that I finished when I was working on it before, and it was a lot bigger than I remembered. I didn't cut any corners, so yeah, I've decided not to cut any corners with this project. It's like a time, no object project within my website. So, because I need it, see, I'm 44 years old. I know myself by now. If I'm going to get out there and ride my bike every day and focus, it's kind of like the astronauts. Everything has to be perfect, or else my trajectory is going to get knocked off. Because I get like distracted really fucking easily. So I have to like make everything just crystal clear, fucking silent, you know, out in space, not influenced by anything, dude, and have my like website fucking perfect, like a spaceship. Because if there's any kink in my website, you know, I could fall back into it and get overly ambitious and start something else, or you know what I mean. So I need to just make it hermetically sealed, and then I could blast off into outer space and make my trip to Alpha Centauri. Okay. See you later.